Good morning, America. This is our another live stream today. I wanted to tell our viewers that we are in the process of transitioning to our own platform as Zest AMC. And there is also a disclaimer. Please do not go and open accounts with these brokers that we are trading with because whatever we trade is basically for we are regulated here, and if you are somebody who is doing so outside of this market, then you need to be aware that it is going to we are not held responsible for any of your actions if you do so. So yesterday, as you can see, the market has been flat for the past 2 days. Mute. Tomorrow is, like, depending on your time zone, tonight is the FOMC. So we don't know much of what the market action is going to unfold today. We are just here to, you know, sort of do a bit of live commentary on the markets because uh, we'll see how the markets are going to be responding to whatever happens next. Quite a lot of people reached out to us regarding that they wish to learn and all of that, and we are going to start. This is just that we are in the audience building mode right now, and we are just putting it out there. Do not use any of the platforms that we use to trade. Do so at your own risk. We at Zest AMC will not be liable for using any of the platforms that we use. Okay, we'll be making our platform live soon, and that is the time that you can basically do what you want to do. So yeah, that's 60 minutes. Past 60 minutes of trading, the market has not been able to take out this negative bar. And we see on the daily side also that the market's propensity is to be basically on the downside, but it is mute, especially for the data that we are looking at. So yeah, the markets are open now, and we are going to get the first print of the charts. So there we go. That's the first print on the bar. Market has been fairly slightly bearish and slightly flat for the past 2 days. Not much of the action is seen. So I don't know. We are going to look what are we going to do. Yesterday, market was completely sideways. It went down, came up. It was fairly range bound. Like, if you can see, there is this tight range that you'll see in the market on an hourly chart. It's not going up or down much. There is not much movement that we are seeing here. So much of it is still a sideways pattern. There is, like, if we go on a height, the markets seems to be at close to all-time highs and seems to be going nowhere right now. So either a profit booking scenario can unfold like yesterday, So, but that is also we need for the trend to first settle in because there is going to be a lot of choppiness in the market. So you need to be very careful while navigating this sort of a market when it is dropped dead flat. You see, this came down, then again we have a completely different set of bar coming into play here. This usually happens before a data, and sometimes some sessions are mute sessions. You just have to just sit down and just really go for it when you think it is really wise for you to go. Because ultimately, we are not clearly being bearish and we are not being currently bullish in during the time frames, such time frames. So you have to be a bit cautious. I mean, like, fairly, there is no action back coming in before the FOMC, I guess. So, and sometimes we are going to change the trading timings, um, looking at the market conditions when the markets are more tradable and then there are trades happening. So we have to just sometimes sit down and see. This seems to be going upwards. So let's take a scalp. Let's see how it goes. We are thinking that there is going to be a little bit of move on the upside a bit to cover it, but we are being very, you know, conservative in our approach. We're not taking very big positions, playing with the light quantities today because we know essentially that the market is flat. The conditions are very flat. So you don't want to be basically going out and taking something really big right now. You just want to be hitting and coming out of the market and not going out and expecting some explosive moves. So that was the first trade, I think. So we made about $100 on that. I'll wait because of this choppiness until unless a breakout happens that basically sends the market uh, either on the upside or on the downside. We are not going to be pretty much doing anything. So one of the things that you have learned, that is what you learn in the like warfare also. Like there is something known as when your enemy is stronger, you just go and you just give him uh, I mean, like I've heard, I don't know whether you have heard this Indian guy, his name was Chanakya, and he said that if your enemy is stronger than you, then give him 1,000 cuts. So um, you need to be, when you're seeing that the market is not really working in your favor, it's just the sideways trend, then you would like to give it small cuts, small targets, small everything. And that is what is essentially happening. Like in the past few days, we are seeing market activity really going mute because it is waiting for new president is in the house, new activities are unfolding. So really what we are seeing here is, the market digesting and coming up with a lot of other data. So we have printed the first uh, trade, and this is the first sort of a clearing bar. But usually, when a bar of this size comes, the market has a propensity to correct itself and then try to break out. So what we are essentially learning here is that we are watching the market from a very constrained state to getting into something which is going to the trending side. Whew. This is something that has to correct. You know, this sort of a bar is usually made by retailers. So after all the accumulation and everything is done, the greed takes over at this. So this is what you take benefit from. The other day, somebody was asking me why I'm not letting it run. Sometimes the position, even though I know. So here is a trick for that. That you need to be basically just like all human beings are different. So I mean, like the same size of shoes do not fit everyone, and that is very true with a lot of people. Like you know same market conditions. There are days when we let our positions just run, and then there are some times when we just wait. And some people ask me like whether we trade any other thing or not. So our specialty is basically Zest deals and global indices fund, and we trade smaller size, bigger size, all sorts of accounts. So what you are seeing here is basically we are trading a smaller size today because we are also transitioning. So we'll be catering to showing you all the sizes where you can learn how to basically how you are navigating. So as I had said that this usually calls in for correction, and so has the market done. Market has really, but you see the frustration. So this hit was very well calculated. Okay, we'll take some profit out of it and we'll sit down quietly. The market is doing nothing, and the reason why I came, like I could have come tomorrow also with all the data in place and everything and could show you like that the how to trade a trending market. But a lot of people miss like somebody showing them how to trade even a flat market. you know this is the area, this is the pain in the ass. Like most of the people lose money in the flat markets. So the reason we chose to come online before uh, coming, we thought we'll tell you how does even in a flat market conditions you make money. So that is something that you would like to see here unfolding. We just for right now we have just taken 100 or $150, and what we are going to be doing, you see, now this comes, now will come another something against it, or might it will just drop down. So there is no flow that is coming essentially. It is not really bearish and it is not really bullish. The market is indecisive. So sometimes you need to also take it that market as a person. Like um, you know a lot of people have also uh, given analogy and comparing things of market as basically being a mass consciousness, that this is a mass conscience. And what you are doing here, seeing here in the Nasdaq, is basically like the market is yet digesting. It does not know where it wants to go. It does not know where it wants to go right now. So this is a flat condition, and this requires no expertise. That you would basically, some people try Bollinger Bands to trade a flat market, and some people try uh, you know other sort of strategies to basically trade a flat market. My strategy is simple. Once you see that this is the range that you are doing, you want to be a buyer here, you want to be a seller here. But essentially, the trend has been bullish and mute, so you would always want to get inside it at down levels. So, I mean, like for it to basically change the trend and go, and we can really see what's unfolding at 15 minutes. If you see somebody who's trading the 15 minutes chart, he would be seeing this as a bearish move. So depending on the what time frame that you are seeing, somebody trading an hourly chart would be just seeing it, okay, these are two bear bars. There could be a third one also coming, but there has been like this. So we see a lot of conflict right now. Depending on what time frame that you are trading, the market also will settle what is going to be happening. So there is nothing really to talk about in the markets right now. It's essentially the market is what do you say, is not very decisive right now. So we already punched a trade, And we'll be back soon tomorrow or most probably on Monday. Our platforms are also coming. So we just thought that we'll just educate people. So we'll be also updating you on our platform. Now you see on a 15 minutes chart, what has happened? Some people might take this opportunity and try to short the market, and eventually there should be some point of profit booking coming in. But here's what you want to be looking at as a trader. You want to, so there are three pieces of the puzzle. One is price, the other is volume, and the third one is basically your timing the market, that when this happens, are you in it? So that is nobody has been able to solve so far. There are obviously some chapters in technical analysis which talks about time cycles and everything, and blah 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 blah. And James Hurst was the first one to basically introduce time cycles, but everybody has tried to decode some sort of like timing the market. And in this bar also, it can make a spike, it can go down and come up, go down and come up, but you really see this choppiness in the market. This is really a market where most of the retailers struggle to take a stance, and where we see here that until unless it gives a confirmation on a 15 minutes chart also, like, okay, the basically uh, everything has been like sold off, this entire trend, which is fairly looking bearish, but this has been sold off. So we don't know actually, like, there is no confirmation coming in till now. So we'll just usually the set time frames or anything to trade such a market is basically you drop down to a 2 minute chart and you just see, okay, this is what is just trying to take it up. You see, this is where the last candle was, this is the candle where we had bought. Now you see the market trying to respect the same level, but will it touch the previous heights? Well, that's a question that we let Mr. Market decide. Second thing, when it comes to the psychological part, a lot of people basically think that, okay, you have to have a personal opinion or some sort of an ego, that that since I predicted this, it is right. you know so one thing is that you don't never need to basically hold an opinion, or just be very stern about it. You need to be just fluid in the market, just like a water, in whatever shape or form it is kept. you know Somebody would call that being basically a spineless person, but being a spineless person and having no ego in the markets basically sort of you know uh, gets you out uh, in the longer term to be successful. So here is what we have seen, that the market is pretty much doing nothing right now. We'll be back shortly, but we'll be keeping up, engaging you guys. I think we'll be coming up with educative sessions on the weekend. We have done one of the trades here live, but I don't think so that the market has anything right now to offer to us, since because a lot of the data and everything are still pending. So we'll call it a day with just teaching you how to handle a flat market and how to take small profits in the flat market. You don't necessarily need to make big ones here. These are typical flat markets, and you usually wait for a breakout to happen. So, thanks. We'll connect soon during this week, but we'll also be, or either we'll be connecting with you guys next week. Hopefully, we'll be coming up with our own platform. So, till then, bye bye, good day, and good night in whatever part of the world you are. Thanks.